So I had seen the poster for this 2022 film called Feed Me a few places, and the poster caught me, and this is the biggest reason why I wanted to watch this film. I put it on my list immediately after I heard the title and saw the poster. And then I heard a lot of people on YouTube actually talking about this film, and it being a very, limited release, low budget film. That I didn't hear too much advertised given to it, and then a lot of YouTubers throwing the name around and talking about the film, it definitely intrigued me. I stayed away from other reviews until I watched the film myself and talked about it myself because that's what I usually do. And I watched the film. It's a British film, definitely independent, definitely low budget. It's a horror comedy that claims to be based on true stories, a true story or true events, but I have no idea how much I could get behind that. It's a strange film to say the least. It tries to blend a lot of horror and a lot of comedy. I like the comedy side of it better, but it seems to want to be a horror movie, and I think when it comes to this one specifically, they really needed to pick one or the other because one, this film really goes back and forth between horror and comedy too much and too fast. It's got ADD when it comes to blending horror and comedy. And two, this film's direction and mood and just style changes left, right, and center. This film is like a roller coaster when it comes to its themes. It's very, very strange. It opens up one way, I'd say, for the first 15 minutes, which is very intriguing, extremely intriguing, and I was on board for everything. And then after 15 to 20 minutes, it just shifts directions and it keeps doing that. Not in plot, well, kind of in plot, but not too much in plot, more so in mood, more so how the film feels, kind of thing. And like I said, I think if they just stuck with the comedy, I think everything would come out better because I'm watching these serious tones kind of play out, but then it'll go full on goofy mode at like borderline spoof, right? And I'll be like, okay, that I like that, but it came out of nowhere, and you sold me on this already. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like you're watching a film expecting it to be a certain tone and then it just shifts gears, like you're watching something that you're expecting to be like the 1978 Halloween, and then it ends up turning into a spoof out of nowhere, and you're like, cool, good spoof, but I'm here for the Halloween feel, kind of thing. Just making a rough example off the top of my head. But yeah, it switches gears like crazy. The basic plot, without getting too deep into it, because I mean a lot could be spoiled for this film, but this guy loses his girlfriend or wife. I'm pretty sure it's a girlfriend though. She was suffering from bulimia, and this is how she dies. Randomly, he meets after the funeral this very strange gentleman at a pub. This very strange gentleman offers him a deal, basically giving him an offer to, I don't know how to explain it, move on in a very strange way. Extremely strange way. And this guy's a character in himself. I think the biggest reason why this film was made and why this film was put together was basically to showcase this character. Um, this actor, I should say, gives a performance on the level of Nicolas Cage in his absolute most bonkers, crazy performances. This guy just takes it to 11. Honestly, he's really, really good. He is a British actor. He's portraying an American accent and playing an American character. Does really, really good with this southern, like, kind of twang accent kind of thing. And yeah, he's just insane, from his psychoticness to things he starts to talk about. Eventually, he'll start like changing his accents and his voice of manner of speaking. There's one scene where he trashes a kitchen using a leg, like a person's leg. This film basically is about cannibalism and the warped persona of a psychopath and psychotic person, and how he takes advantage of somebody's mourning and grief and suffering, pretty much, and mental torment, and how the psycho, I mean, takes advantage of this guy dealing with a dead wife and or a dead girlfriend. And the film really, really goes bonkers in very comedic, very ridiculous, very over the top ways. But it also, especially at the beginning of the film, like I said, it starts off as it's got a lot of like subtext and metaphors, and I liked that, and I liked the way the film was going with its metaphors, and it didn't really stick with them as much as I was hoping that the film would stay with. Now, I will say too, in the middle of the film, there's a scene, and I have no idea what they were going with this. If they were making it as a joke, if they were making it as a example of how crazy and inhumane this guy is, or if like I don't know, the tone was weird in this scene, and it I'll just say it has to do with three mentally challenged people, and the psychopath and this guy dealing with his loss has to take care of these mentally challenged people for a certain time, and they're on a lake or something, and they're going boating. It felt extremely mean spirited, but not in a funny way, and not in any way that I could see the purpose of, kind of thing. It was so random, and it was so oddly toned, and I just don't know what they were going for there. I really don't. So that scene kind of took me off guard, and I was just like, yeah, I don't get that, and I don't really feel comfortable with it, because there was nothing to it. Like it wasn't. If it was trying to be funny, it wasn't, and if it was trying to be serious, I didn't get it. So, but other than that, I mean, you're really here for the reason you're here watching this film is for the performance of the guy who plays the psychopath. He just gives it his all, and like I said, I think the main purpose of this film and the reason for this film is to showcase this guy's performance and acting abilities, because he just takes it to the stars. Honestly, he's really, really funny and really good. There's this love interest between him and a woman that shows up at like close to the beginning of the film, and that goes in strange places too. You know, he's kind of a compulsive liar, so he says things to a lot of people that are just not true. He has this like erotic sexual part of him too. He has this painting of a nude woman on his wall that he supposed, according to him, and he says it's his mother. You know, painted naked on the wall. It's a strange movie. It's a very strange movie, and feels like a lot of pieces put together into one strange bonkers film. The ending was kind of abrupt, and I like it was goofy, and I liked the tone of the ending. I like how they chose to go with the ending. It ended in a really satisfying way for the kind of movie that this is. I'll say that, and it's pretty abrupt, and I like how they kept it pretty abrupt that way. That's all I really have to say about this film. It's an experience of a film. It's something that you have to kind of like see for yourself to know what I'm talking about. I think if you haven't watched this film or don't know anything about it, what I'm saying is not really doing it justice. Other than the fact that it's just fucking weird, and watching a guy trash a kitchen with a human leg is fucking awesome. And there's this restaurant scene too that gets really hilarious with his psychoticness too. Go watch it. Go check out Feed Me somewhere. Go stream it somewhere. It definitely wasn't the film that I was expecting it to be, but it was a goofy good time, and it was very entertaining. And for what it was, I've seen much worse, and I had a good time with it. So it's middle of the road recommendation for me. That's all I got in it, but expect some very, very heavy weirdness to the film. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next time, have a good one. Take care and cheers.